Alright, what's up, you guys? I'm back with another video. We're going to talk about the best players in the NBA right now, not including the draft. I'm here with Zach at Max and Sam's house with open windows, doing all we can to prevent catching corona. We're just going to get right into it. And if you do not know me, my name's Emil. And this is a podcast about basketball called the Fastbreak. Make sure to subscribe if you watch basketball, or even not. I'm sure we will get you interested. Subscribe, like the video, and let me know in the comments what you guys want to see in the future. Video ideas and whatever. Yeah. So let's do it.
Great. So Emil, who's your number one player?
So I mean, it's between Giannis and LeBron, and if we're not talking about regular season and playoffs or whatever, overall, I'd probably say Giannis, just because every time LeBron is in the playoffs, yes, he's been better than Giannis, not just like overall in his career, but like over the recent years. And the thing for me is, though, LeBron has had a better supporting cast than Giannis, not in 2015, but you know what I mean, right?
It's also hard to argue the fact that Giannis has just got back-to-back MVPs as well as defensive player.
Exactly. Yeah, he was the third player to ever do that, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
I mean, for number two, I have LeBron. I mean,
yeah,
it's
just those two, and I don't think anyone else's list should include anyone else, because in my opinion, we don't know how Kevin Durant is going to be. If Kevin Durant would be like he was in 2018, boom, he's number one for me.
Yeah.
That's just how it is, in my opinion.
The craziest thing for me about LeBron is that he's just being so productive at his age. He's what, 35?
36, December 31st.
Yeah, exactly. It's crazy. I mean, I bet he'll be in the top 10 for a couple more years, which is
top 10 for sure. Yeah. I mean, so after this season, he'll have one more year left, so two more seasons with the Lakers right now, and he says he wants to play with Bronny, so that's his son, if you didn't know. And I mean, he's a sophomore in high school, so yeah, he's younger than us. So, but yeah,
it'd be pretty crazy to see both of them play on the same team together, or even against each other.
Just in the same league would be insane.
Okay.
But for number three, that's already gonna get more interesting, but. So, what do you want to do? Do you want to talk without injury? Because Steph and KD
without
Clay.
injury.
So we're just gonna exclude them.
No.
We're gonna include them.
Include them.
Because then Kevin Durant would be my number one.
He'd be your number one
if he's fully healthy.
No, because people don't recover from
that's true.
Injuries,
not from injuries
just like that.
Not like him.
Yeah.
So yeah, probably it really depends on the recovery. I could see him being number one, possibly later on, but. Achilles is such a tough injury. You saw it with DeMarcus Cousins most recently. Right?
I mean, for number three, I think I would have to go with Kawhi.
I was thinking Kawhi, Davis, and then I was like, without injury, you have Curry and Durant in those.
Yeah, I guess we probably all have a decently big recency bias against Kawhi just because he didn't act like the third best player in the Clippers Mavericks series, and I don't think he did that well in the first round either.
Yeah, he didn't do too hot, but I think he's still such a perfect player almost. You know? He's a robot. But it's so tough to have a player who's now worked on his 3-point shot so well, right?
Yeah. And
he's known as a defensive player, but now his 3-point shot it's up there with the best in the league.
Exactly.
Not the best by far, but it's with the best. But yeah, so it's either Kawhi, and then you have Anthony Davis, right?
Yeah.
Who's definitely up there. Just the way he performed in the finals. He's always been good, but I think when he was on the New Orleans Pelicans, people just didn't really realize how good he really was just because of the team he was on, right?
Mm-hmm.
Only good supporting player he really had was Drew Holiday. Rondo, when he was there, wasn't doing anything.
And Cousins for half a season, but
that was amazing, Cousins, but then that was it.
Yeah.
And, I mean, yeah, completely different, but Rajon Rondo, people are hyping him up bit too much in my opinion. Jesus. Alright, well, the mascot now. So, basically, Rondo, right, he played amazing in a couple of the finals games, but in the others, he didn't play well. And then before that, he didn't play too well. In the regular season, he's been a pretty bad fit for the Lakers.
I mean, they don't call him Playoff Rondo without a reason. I mean,
he hates that nickname.
But it's true.
Yeah, it is. So, back to the top players. So you have Anthony Davis with just also another two-way player, right? Great defense, great offense. Also a very efficient free throw shooter, which is important.
Is that who you're having at number 4?
Yeah, I think so. So, and then you go to Kevin Durant, I think. Even though you could say Stephen Curry because his injury was less severe. So I think Stephen Curry is going to recover more than quickly.
Yeah.
He's already more recovered. You know, he's been back. We already saw him back on the court against the Raptors.
Exactly.
I mean, he played okay, not too well, but obviously
he was
that was his first game back. That was his first game back. And so for 5 and 6, it's kind of a mix-up between Kevin Durant and Stephen Curry, really just depending on how they recover. So, it's that. And then at my 7, I probably had to say it, James Harden.
Yeah.
I don't like him whatsoever. Just don't like his playing style, but
he's just so great at controlling an offense, and
it's incredible. He's a great scorer, not in his own ways. Let's put it that way, right? Because it's insanely impressive. How many points he's scoring and all that stuff, but then again, defensively, yes, he played actual okay defense this season, but I just don't know. I don't see it going anywhere. The way he plays, it's not going to take him. That's not going to take.
I feel like
I believe as long as this man is on. You know what? The possibility of their coach Mike D'Antoni now being gone, there's a good chance he trains. He goes back to more of a shooter than he used to be in OKC. Because Mike D'Antoni is that type of coach. You know what I mean?
I also feel like the reason that Curry and Durant are ahead of Harden, even though Harden technically puts up better stats, is that the Rockets are not in a good place right now. Everyone was healthy this year, and they only got to the second round. It's gonna be really hard for that organization to win a championship anytime soon.
Yeah, absolutely. And I don't see them winning one, and especially not in the West. You have the Lakers, you have the Clippers, you have the Mavericks who are up and coming, you have the Nuggets, you have the Warriors. It's just too much for them, I think. And James Harden, he's not a good team player. You can say, he averages a lot of assists. I don't think so, because he's not as bad as Russell Westbrook, who's also on the same team.
I mean, you kind of have to have ball hogs on teams.
But not like that. Maybe, dude, you can't have Russell Westbrook. I don't think... They brought them together because... I don't only think they brought them together because they were so good, but especially because they used to be friends back in OKC.
Yeah.
Right? And probably still were. But I think it was more of a chemistry thing, and it's proven to not really work. So I can definitely see them doing something with the trade, including one of those two players.
This offseason?
More likely Russell Westbrook.
Oof. I don't.
Maybe not. I could also see them waiting for the first part of the season to see what their new coach David Silas does, or Silas, however you pronounce it.
I mean, just think about it. How many teams do you think would be interested in Russell Westbrook? I mean, you have
the Hornets, the Knicks.
No, why would the Hornets want him?
Why wouldn't they want him?
Okay, maybe they make the playoffs and exit in the first round.
Hey, that's the greatest achievement of their franchise history. I apologize to any Hornets fans, but I do not think I've ever met one of you. So I think I'm good.
Okay.
What were we at number
7?
7, so number 8. That's where it gets even tougher.
I mean,
we forgot about Luka, didn't we?
Yeah.
Luka.
I wouldn't put Doncic.
I wouldn't put him higher yet.
Yeah.
I think it's good where yet.
I mean,
he will be number 1.
The question is how big of a jump can he take, or how big of a jump is possible to take from rookie season to sophomore season.
From sophomore season to
exactly. Yeah.
Third. There's no word for third season. It's third season, isn't it?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, but I mean, Luka it's a once in what? Yeah, I've never seen anything. Generation.
Maybe not generation.
Yes, generation. Name one NBA player that did something like
LeBron.
That's a different generation. LeBron is what? He's 15 years. But I think Luka's Gen Z. Luka is Gen Z, right? No, not quite. He's still a millennial.
If you're arguably generation.
Yeah. So.
It depends how you look at it.
Definitely one of the something you don't see in every draft class. It's insane what this kid can do. He's 21. He can barely drink in this country. I just find that very fascinating, and he's probably making other men drink with his moves. So, but yeah. Then after that, I'm probably gonna put Nikola Jokic.
Yeah. Nikola
Jokic, just because it's insane.
I mean, that's the first time. Yeah, I can see Jokic over Embiid.
I'm doing that because of I know Simmons was injured for the playoffs, but they wouldn't have got past the Celtics even if they had Simmons. They got swept. Simmons wouldn't have made that. I think they would have won 2 games or something.
Yeah, it would have been like 6.
Yeah, Celtics in 6. But also Embiid, I think obviously doesn't have the playmaking Nikola Jokic does, obviously.
Yeah.
But therefore he has a better finishing around the rim and better defense.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, Jokic it's something we're not used to seeing because it's another big man who's like not the first, but first in a while.
He's a great passer.
He's a great passer, which someone who's 7 feet 7'1", one of those two, and you're not supposed to be that good with the ball when you're that tall.
Exactly.
Yeah. So after Joel, he would be at my top.
Yeah.
Top 10. I think those two are so close together. What else do we have?
Who's
left? 11.
Kyrie.
You have so many. Kyrie.
Tatum. No, it's not.
Kyrie. Whew. He dropped 50 points game at the beginning of last season, but it's Kyrie.
Do you think Damian Lillard?
You gotta put Damian. Yeah, I'm gonna put him at 11.
Yeah.
Put him definitely above
Kyrie.
his
end of bubble performance is just crazy. I had him as my second round pick in my fantasy. The spurts he goes on a month are absolutely insane. Yeah. He drops like 40, 48, 52, 60, 60. It's absolutely insane.
And I think the problem with Harden is, for fantasy wise, he gives you too many turnovers compared to Damian Lillard. But then again, you gotta say, also for anyone who thinks Damian Lillard is better than Stephen Curry, go home. I'm sorry. I know I might be biased a bit in that, but let's be serious about this for 1 second. This guy was injured for 1 year, and same thing with Klay Thompson, by the way. Same thing with Kevin Durant. People just forget so fast because they want to, right? Mm-hmm. They kind of want to put the Warriors dynasty behind them because it was not fun for anyone else but Warriors fans. Except for in 2019.
True. And all the bandwagons from the US.
Yeah, so I think it's very important to remember that Stephen Curry is the greatest 3-point shooter of all time. He is insane with moving off the ball. His passing is out of this. You sniffing the microphone? That's a laptop. Go up. Come on. There you go. This is making the podcast better. I'm telling you right now. What was that? Oh, right. So yeah, you have Stephen Curry, great shooter, great at moving off the ball. His passing is really good, and if you think his rebounding isn't horrible, he averages 6 rebounds a game. That's not bad for a player like him, right?
Yeah.
That's not bad. It's not good, but it's not bad. His defense is okay. The only reason, obviously, if you play against Kyrie Irving, defending Kyrie Irving, who can do that?
Yeah.
Not many people. His moves are too flashy and too fast.
Exactly.
So I think it's and then you obviously have Kevin Durant, who he's just unstoppable. That's the one word to describe him. Unstoppable. Right?
Okay.
And Klay Thompson. We'll get to
okay.
it. We'll get to
Okay,
it.
going to number 12. I think we're at 12.
Devin Booker. That's my pick.
None.
Devin
Jimmy
Booker.
Butler.
Devin. Oh. Oopsies. I kind of forgot about that, man. You lose the finals and I forget about him.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of tough not making a list beforehand. We're just going off the top of our head.
Yeah.
But I mean
Jimmy
so
Butler's...
don't slander us in the comments, please. Leave a friendly opinion, friendly remark, and we'll see what we got wrong, what we forgot. But yeah, Jimmy Butler, you're completely right.
Yeah, I mean,
what an animal, what a beast.
Playoff performance was absolutely insane.
T.J. Warren, we forgot about him.
Yeah, there might be a little bit of recency bias there, but I mean, Jimmy Butler.
I mean, you can say recency bias for everyone because we're basing this off of the last season, right? Damian Lillard didn't play like that in the playoffs. We wouldn't have him up there. He would not be a 95 on 2K if he did not perform that well.
Yeah, his regular season spurt. I would.
You're right.
He was really good in the regular season.
That's true. There's tough. So yeah, Jimmy Butler. I think yeah.
Yeah.
The ratings were ass, but ridiculously bad.
So then going.
It's another topic.
I mean, who do we have left over?
Booker.
Chris Paul. We have Chris Paul.
I'm not putting Chris Paul that high. I know he's good, but I'm not putting him that high.
I would put Chris Paul over Booker. I would rather have Chris Paul on my team than Devin Booker.
Y'all, he said that, not me. For next season, or what do you mean? Or because if you're talking about the next 5 years,
I think Chris Paul's play this season was better than Devin Booker's.
Not recency bias, no. If I'm going off the playoffs,
recency bias, Devin Booker, because he had an insane.
Exactly.
Because
that's what I'm saying. No, because I'm saying Devin Booker was just so good in the bubble.
Yeah, exactly.
So
but Chris Paul was better across the full regular season. He was 5th in MVP voting at one point.
Well, I'm not gonna count the half through the season in counts.
But still, this is what, number 13?
Right. You want to go to 20?
Sure.
Okay. Klay Thompson, number 20.
Honestly.
I mean, if not higher. Did ESPN have him over Kyrie at 11 last year? Before he got injured. Before he got injured,
yeah.
So I mean, he did play pretty well in the finals. But yeah, we'll see how that goes. Paul George, 72. No, I'm kidding. I'm sorry. He's not that bad.
He's not that bad.
He performed horrible, but I think he's still better than.
We also.
He's still better than over 90% of the players in the league.
Yeah, we can't forget he was 3rd in MVP voting just last year
before he joined the Clippers.
Yeah.
In that year. So yeah, I mean he's an incredible player. His dunking, and all that stuff. It's just it's good. It's good.
Yeah.
But yeah, 13 or 12, 14. I think we had Jimmy Butler at 13.
No, Jimmy Butler's 12.
Oops.
Wait. Jimmy Butler's 12. 13. Do we say Chris Paul? Did we agree on that?
You are saying Chris Paul. I'm saying Devin Booker.
Okay, Chris Paul, Devin Booker.
Then the next
15.
one I'm saying Chris Paul.
Oh, okay.
We might have messed up with the counts, but whatever.
Okay, and then 15.
This is so unprofessional.
And then
I'm sure some people will enjoy that.
And then 15.
15. Jason Tatum, probably.
Who else we're missing? Lowry. We're missing Siakam.
Siakam, the way he played in the playoffs.
He was trash.
God damn it.
Who else are we missing?
Kyle Lowry's good, but he's not better than Tatum.
Yeah, I'm just.
Tatum and the Celtics clearly outperformed.
Trae Young, Bradley Beal.
I'm not putting Trae Young up there. He's shooting very inefficient from the House of Highlights. They will post the one shot, one of 5 attempts he makes per game. It'll be like, oh my god. And while Damian Lillard, he gets Tim and Curry do get the post too, but they try it once and they make it once.
What about Bradley Beal?
He did average 30 points a game.
Yeah.
He didn't.
But he was on a team with not the best support.
Yeah, that's true. I think Bradley Beal's up there, but I'm gonna put Jason Tatum above him.
Oh, yeah, that's fair.
I think Jason, not only because Jason Tatum obviously has a brighter future because he's so much younger, but just because Jason Tatum has been explosively better.
Mm-hmm. He also just plays winning basketball.
He does. He's in a winning culture at Boston, so I think that's very good for him. So number 17.
Yeah.
17. We're not good at counting, are we? Nevada might be faster.
17. Are we saying Bradley Beal? We also have Towns as well.
Yeah, that's true, but he's just. I really want them to see. Okay, well, I need to see the Timberwolves do something next year.
That's true. Also, Towns' defense is terrible. Even though he shot like 40-something% from
greatest big 3-point shooter of all time,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Definitely.
Poor Dirk. Dethroned. I mean, he's not. Karl Anthony Towns is technically a center, and Dirk's a power forward, so.
Yeah.
But I remember a time where Draymond Green shot 6 from 8 from 3 in the finals. Well, remember finals game 7, 2016? He had 30 points that game.
I can't imagine that.
That was insane.
He didn't even average.
He's only Draymond Green having 30 points with 6 from 8 from 3, and Curry shot like 4 of 13 that game.
I mean, is his career average points per game over 10?
Not career.
Has he ever? He has averaged over 10.
Remember, he almost averaged triple-double.
Yeah.
He averaged like 12, 9, and 10 at some point.
At some point.
Probably not 10, but like close to that. And I mean, he did win Defensive Player of the Year. He didn't win that for nothing. He was insane. Yeah.
So if we put Towns,
Draymond Green's not up there. He's
If we put Towns at 18.
Towns at 18.
We have Bam Adebayo. We have Klay Thompson.
You have Klay Thompson.
We have. Who else do we have? I mean, Kyrie.
Did we put Kyrie up there? No, we haven't put Kyrie.
Did we put Paul George up there?
I think we did.
Did we put Jamal Murray?
We forgot everything.
I wouldn't put
Jamal Murray. Probably not. I think that's just too much recency bias. Or
yeah,
you could put Donovan Mitchell up there too.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, I think that was just because a lot of shooters. So they were especially good at shooting threes, right? Their 3-point shooting was insane. But a lot of the shooters were saying the depth behind the basket was really helping them shoot, because usually in an NBA arena you have like the crowd and a lot of space behind the hoop, so you don't really know like how far to shoot. And with the wall pretty fairly closely behind the hoop at the bubble, people just shot so much better, and I think you could really see that with Jamal Murray and Donovan Mitchell.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, so I think that's why I'm not gonna put either of them there. But yeah.
Okay. So Bam or Klay?
That's intriguing. So I'm gonna have to go with Bam. So, but actually, Kyrie. Kyrie over Bam.
Kyrie over Bam. Yeah, you know what? I mean,
how good he is. Yes, I wouldn't want him on my team. I would never want Kyrie Irving on my team because of like his past.
Yeah, his locker room problems
obviously.
With the Celtics and
the Celtics, Cavs, and in a few months the Nets.
Yeah.
Kevin Durant might also be at fault. Draymond Green 2.0. But yeah, so I think Kyrie Irving skill wise definitely number 18.
Okay.
18. So then you gotta go with Bam at 19 just because we know that he's good. With Klay Thompson, injury. He's looked good throughout like his recovery. If anyone's seen like videos of his recovery practicing again.
Yeah, but it was just like a huge injury. So
yeah, you never know if people come back from
exactly.
That. ACL isn't as bad as Achilles, but it's still tough to come back from for sure.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's the top 20 for us. I am not sure how long this took, but if you want to check for me, is that 19 around or longer?
28.
Oh, 28. See, that's a whole ass podcast right there. Well, I hope y'all enjoyed that. Let me know what you guys thought in the comments. Maybe you have your own list right there. But yeah, also let us know what you guys want to see in the future. Right after this, we're actually going to record with a couple others. And we're going to talk about, we're kind of going to guess the quiz them on some trivia. They don't know too much about basketball, so that's going to be fun. Make sure to check that out. So, like and subscribe, and I sound like a YouTuber, so I'll see y'all in the next video. Thank you.